guys, welcome back to my channel. Let me just start off by addressing something real quick. So it's actually around 85 to 90 degrees outside right now because it is the summertime here in Sacramento, and I'm wearing a big hoodie. And the reason why I'm wearing this big hoodie is because it's the only Mustang attire that I own. So I'm going to be talking about my car today, and I decided that I should probably wear something Mustang related. So that is the reason why I'm wearing this. So don't judge me, please. I already judge myself enough. Just kidding. What I'm going to be specifically talking about is the story of how and when I got my Mustang. It was a pretty stressful time for me, so let's get right into it. So let's start off with me back in 2016. I was driving to work and I ended up rear-ending somebody. I know, this story went downhill real quick, but I promise there will be a happy ending. So I was driving my Acura RL. It was a 1998, I believe. It was the car that my parents handed down to me when I started to drive, and I was already saving for a different car. I knew I didn't want to have that Acura for forever, or at least not for the whole time that I was going to school. So I knew I wanted a different car, but I just wasn't sure which one yet. I was looking into BMWs, I was looking into Mustangs, I was looking into 350s, but you know, I hadn't thought of any specific car yet because, you know, I still had my other car. But now I crashed my car and I totaled it and I wasn't able to fix it, so now I had to choose one, and I had to do it quick if I wanted to have a car. But sadly, I was kind of carless for like, what, 4 or 5 months? I was being dropped off at work, being dropped off at school. It was a horrible time for me. But yeah, so I crashed my car, it was totaled, and I ended up deciding pretty much that I wanted a Mustang. It just, you know, it just felt right to get a Mustang, considering the fact that I have always liked them since I was little. I used to play video games with my cousins all the time, and they would always customize either Mustangs or Camaros for me, but you know, I eventually lost interest in Camaros, but never in Mustangs. I even have this picture that my cousin drew for me back in, I don't even know when. I don't know if it was 2010 when he drew this, and I still have it. And that, you know, that shows that it's a sign, you know, it's a sign that I needed to get a Mustang. My dad was anti-Mustangs. He is more of a Toyota and Honda person rather than a Ford or American car type of person. So, I mean, he didn't fight it. He was just like, I would like for you to get a Honda or a Toyota instead, but it's your money, so you get what you want. So I stuck to the Mustang, and I started my search for them. And boy, was that a long, hard search. I thought it was gonna be pretty easy, but boy, was I wrong. Because I had many requirements as to what specific Mustang I wanted. So to begin with, I wanted a GT, of course. I wanted it to have low miles, which I'm pretty sure everybody wants. I wanted it to be 2005 or higher, and of course, good condition, you know? And on top of that, I wanted a red Mustang with a black interior. So there were a lot of things as to why it took me so long to actually find the perfect Mustang. But I mean, at the end of the day, I just wanted a car that was gonna get me places and that was gonna last me a long time. So I wasn't too pushy on the red car with the black interior type of thing. So yeah, I just went on Craigslist. I went to different dealerships where they sold used cars. My dad would go with me a lot of the times to check those cars out, but either they were too much, they had too much miles, they were stick. Yes, I don't really know how to drive stick. I've practiced before, but haven't been successful at actually learning it. There were just a lot of things as to why cars didn't end up being perfect. And so then let's fast forward to August of 2016. At this point, I just thought I was never gonna find the right car, honestly. I never imagined that I would be able to find it anymore. I was almost giving up on it, to be honest. But I went on Craigslist and I found this ad for this car, 2005. It was red, black interior, automatic, and it said it had 30,000 miles. And I was like, okay, wait. And all the time that I was searching for Mustangs, I never saw a Mustang that was from 2005 or even a little bit higher than that, had that little miles. So I was freaking out because I was like, wait, they probably forgot to add an extra zero and it's actually 300,000 miles. Like, that's what I thought. So I immediately texted the owner and I was like, oh, hey, so did you mean 300,000 miles or is it actually 30,000 miles? And they were like, nope, it's 30,000 miles. And I was like, oh my God. So then, of course, I quickly ran to my dad to tell him that we needed to go see this car as soon as possible. We went to go see it. When I was pulling up, it was in the garage, backed in. It looked so beautiful. I just fell in love right away. It was just amazing. Like, man, it's bringing back thoughts and memories. It was just great. We checked it out. When we turned on that ignition, let me tell you guys, it sounded so beautiful. It had the MagnaFlows installed, and it was a cold start. The car hadn't been driven for a while, so it sounded beautiful. And that, like, is what convinced me even more that I needed this car. Besides the fact that it was red and it had a black interior like I wanted, and low miles and automatic and just everything I wanted, man, I was like, we need to get this car. So they were selling it for 11 grand and we offered 10 grand, and they were like, okay, well, let us think about it. We'll let you know if we accept the offer. So we went home. I was just hoping that they would freaking text me back. So the next day they texted me back, and guess what the dude said? He said, when do you want to come pick up your car? Yes, he said my car, and I was like, what? I was so happy. So we went to go pick it up, and that's how I became a Mustang owner, and it was just like kind of like the best day of my life. It was just great. Yeah, let's talk about the history of my car. So I bought my car from the first owner. He bought it brand new from the dealership. And he was an older man from what I have understood, and he didn't really drive it because it was more of his going out car or his like show car and stuff. And then on top of that, he was sick and he eventually passed away, and that is why they were selling the car. So they told us that the last couple years of him being really sick, he didn't really drive the car at all. So that's another reason why the car didn't have too much miles on it. But yeah, that's pretty much the backstory of it, and I am so thankful to this man who passed away. I mean, I'm not thankful that he passed away because it's really sad, but I think of him as my guardian angel. I imagine him as being this super nice older guy, really chill, and I just imagine him as my guardian angel, that he passed on his car to me, and now I'm living his legacy through his car. But yeah, I really liked the fact that it had like a nice story, like the car was taken care of by this man that really appreciated his car.